Eric. Don't know where they're at. I saw them earlier, but we'll see. Wyland's in chat. Wyland, can you hear me? Princess underscore League is in chat. Cooper Soccer is in chat. So I think that's how you say that. So welcome on in, boys and ghouls. Special Halloween show today. Just waiting on Eric and Break to get on in. Like I said before, we've got a fantastic show lined up for you all. We got plenty of RPG news, of course. Some homie discounts for you, including some Black Friday stuff before Black Friday. I think Breakman has some stuff for you. Don't know if we have any reviews this week, but oh, there's Break. I got a test. Let's see if he's ready. We'll get Break before we even get Eric, which is highly unusual. I think maybe Eric might be restarting or something. We've got a spooktacular show on tap today. We've got some great stinkos, some great sweetos for sure for me. And then our free-for-all is going to be all about games and movies of the horror ilk. Break on time, I call BS. I know, I agree with you, Wyland, but we're calling right now. Let's see if we get him. It's too good to be true. Too good to be true. It was too good to be true. Unavailable. I called. You guys heard me. You heard me, Wyland. You're my witness. Don't know what's going on with Break, but let's try again. Let's see if we get him this time. Oh, he's fighting Skype. Okay. All right, we almost had Break on time. Break on time, I call BS for sure. No, he's here. Don't know what's going on with the Skype, but whatever. We'll hold off for now. I just really worried about Eric. Eric's usually here on time every week, but let's try this again. All right, let's see. There we go. Gotta love that. Hey, Break, do we have you? Breakman.
Yes.
Oh, yay, I can hear you. Right on. Woohoo!
Okay, good. Why do I hear an echo, though?
I don't hear an echo. It could be on your end. Wyland's wondering, Break on time? I call BS. No, you're on time. You're actually on time, and Eric is not. I don't know what's going on with Eric, but whatever. Echo, should I hang up and call you back?
Yeah. Wait, well, hold on.
Okay.
I don't hear it now.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to have a great show for everybody today, Breakman. Very Halloween-centric. I think a little of that in the news, but our free-for-all is stacked today. No tournament. Although we do got to determine what our tournament next month is, Break. So are the results interesting from the poll, or what? How are we looking there?
I was just bringing that up at the moment as we spoke. Okay, let me see. Yep, I got the results right here.
All right. Okay, so we'll reveal that later on in the show. Gosh, it's going to be a stacked show
I'm trying
today.
to see what the exact vote count was, because we got eight votes, but I don't know exactly who voted what.
Yeah.
Show me this. Why do you not show me this?
Wyland has been rewatching Brimstone this week. What is Brimstone? Wyland is a series? What a movie? What is it? I started watching that Creepshow animated thing. I hate Fox for canceling it. I never even knew it was a show, Wyland, to be honest. So probably half the reason. Not enough advertising. Yeah, TV series. I knew nothing about it. Uh, I wonder. Eric. Eric be might be late this week.
I don't remember him saying he wasn't going to be here,
I
so
don't.
I don't know.
I don't either. Let me check my Twitter just to make sure. I always check Twitter for
Okay.
both of you guys, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nope, nothing from Eric. Okay. BS reasoning. Why'd they cancel it, Wyland? Probably not enough ratings, I'm guessing. Gotta eat up those ratings, you know, otherwise you can't I mean, Fox always is getting rid of shows way too early, man. Always. Uh yeah. Netflix is pulling the plug like Fox on a lot of shit too, man. I don't get it. You got to give a series at least 3 seasons, right? Before you
I think
can.
with Netflix, it's all about money.
Well,
Well, I
of
mean, with everybody,
course.
it's all about money, but I think it's like the reason they cancel so quickly is because they look at how much it costs to make and then like how much a next season would make
Yeah.
cost versus ratings and whatever, you know.
Yeah. Hey, break, let me know if you can hear. Um Shit, I don't even know what I'm going to try to play. Hold on.
Okay,
Um I got to play something
if you say so.
just to make sure you can hear. Hold on. Oh, I know what I could play. Hold on. I'll probably get copyright strike. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Um, Son of Beach. Son of Beach.
That was a funny show.
Yeah, Son of the Beach.
Mhm.
Um, Try to find something. Okay, I'll do this. Jim Sterling will probably copy strike me, but just tell me if you can hear this. Do you hear that?
Yeah,
Okay, good. We're good to go.
cool.
They wanted it to fail. Let's see. They aired it out of order, dropped it on Fridays as a lead in for Millennium. Millennium was such a shitty show. God damn.
I don't know if I ever saw that one.
Oh, Millennium was bad, man. I think that was the one with Kari Wurr. I tried to get into it, man. It just wasn't working.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah.
What was it about?
Uh, you know, it's been so long since I seen it. I couldn't really tell you, man. It's
That's
that
cool.
memorable. Um,
That's cool. That's cool. I get it.
Yeah. I guess we'll start without Eric. I'll give him another 5 minutes and then we'll get going, man. You ready for a kidless Halloween break, man?
Oh, what?
A
Halloween?
kidless
Oh,
Halloween.
kidless.
Yeah.
I thought you said hitless, and I thought like I just thought like, what the fuck?
Well, that
Kill
works
people
too. I
or
mean, hitless works
it's
too. I
now
mean,
Halloween is now the purge?
yeah. Oh, I just went to my YouTube and apparently RP Grinders is live right now. So, that's cool.
Our YouTube is still up.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know. YouTube it's so weird, man. I've never had one YouTube chatter in the entire time that we've been doing this like live and stuff, like
Mm,
with chat and stuff. It's always been Twitch, man. Twitch is always the clear winner when it comes to our show.
right.
Wyland of course is in there. Princess League is in there, and Cooper Soccer, Soccer A, Sakura probably. And of course we're all. Eric looks like he's in chat. What the hell, Eric? You there?
Maybe I had to use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I don't want to get copy strike, Wyland. Otherwise, I'd play that. I'm probably gonna get copy strike for my intro and outro today, but we'll see. Hopefully not. We got a stack show for y'all today. Of course, RPG news. Lots of Halloween centric stuff when we get to free for all. Of course, our sneakos are going to be interesting today. They always are. By the way, Breakman, last week's description of the show was on point, dude. I loved it.
Thanks.
It was awesome.
Thanks.
Sweetos are going to be actually pretty interesting for me. I don't know about you, Breakman, but a couple little interesting Sweetos. As if WB cares about this show. Yeah, they don't care about any show, man. The only thing they care about is DC shows, man. Batman and stuff that'll make them a gazillion dollars. Flash, all that junk. But our free for all is going to be super interesting, kind of a little twisty thing on horror games and horror movies and stuff like that. So when we get to that, it should be fun. We'll reveal our next week's tournament, which I don't even know the results of. I haven't even seen the poll. I didn't even get to vote in the poll.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah,
no.
I don't think I voted on it either, actually.
Let me look at that. I'll vote real quick so I'm not a hypocrite.
You can't vote. It's over with.
Oh, it's over. Shit. Okay. Well, mine probably won anyway. So he's laughing. He's like, nope.
I know what won.
Well, that's good.
I know one. Well, of the four choices, I'll tell you one of them did not get a vote.
Wow. Was it mine? I bet you it was
so.
mine.
No, I don't. Yours was the PS1 games, right?
Yeah, PS1.
Okay, good.
PS1.
It wasn't you.
Oh, good. That would have been embarrassing, man. Have a poll that I didn't even get one vote on. Darn it. Holy shit, man. There's some cool stuff going on tomorrow. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, Halloween, the best holiday of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me.
John Glover as the devil was the best casting ever for a show. Oh yeah, I know who John Glover is. That's that. I think he's either redhead or blonde, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure I'm thinking of the same dude. Yep, that's the dude I was thinking of. Yep. John Glover. Although all these pictures have him as like a brunette. John Glover's a pretty badass actor, man. He's underrated. He's one of those character actors that you don't really know who he is until you see the picture. You're like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy in a ton of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Black Friday sales early. We got homie discounts for you this. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we run the gamut. So, I think we should start the show. Breakman. I don't know what's going on.
You don't want to wait for Eric anymore.
Well, we'll wait a couple minutes, but
Mm-hmm.
I usually wait 10 minutes, at least.
Yeah, it's up to you. You do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. I'm not gonna reap the repercussions from that. I don't know what's going on with Eric. It shows that he's
Mm-hmm.
in chat, but he usually helps me like 30 minutes before the show. But
Yeah.
and he was there earlier. I saw him in the document. Saw him in chat. Like, there's gonna be a steelbook sale at Best Buy in the coming weeks. Yeah, Wyland. I'm seriously getting claustrophobic. I'm in a room, and my level of stuff is I'm gonna have to buy like a couple of tubs just to put my Funko boxes in and put those in a shed, because holy shit, man, I'm getting claustrophobic. I got it. I almost gave away my Sweeto, so I don't want to do that. But I'll talk about it. My room is slowly closing in on me, so I got to be judicious on what I buy and what I put in this room, because it's getting really ridiculous. Bernie says she'll be home in a bit. I have to enter a dumb invoice. Well, that's cool. We haven't started yet anyways, Bernie, so haven't started. I don't know if she can hear me, so I'm just doing what I do. Have to enter dumb in. I don't even know what that means, Bernie. That's management talk. Like, I don't even know what that means. So, but it's gonna be a fun time. You got any plans for Halloween, Breakman?
Not right now. I'm not making any plans at all.
Nothing at all. Just staying at home. Yeah, I mean, we made plans, but it was all just to, stay in. I'll listen while I'm here. Bernie says, okay, cool. $7.99. I'm looking at this list of Best Buy Black Friday sales. Blu-ray steelbooks. I don't know if I'm into that. Ooh, $9.99 Gremlins steelbook. That's cool. I might pick that one up. $14.99 all 4K except for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I already have Quiet Place. 1917 would be a good pickup. Ghost in the Shell. Jaws would be a good pickup. Joker, Knives Out is okay. Men in Black sucks. Midway, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is okay. Sonic the Hedgehog, that's an excellent pickup. I already have Spider-Man Far From Home 4K. Equalizer 1 and 2 and Venom. Okay, those aren't bad prices. So there you go. My brother got Watch Dogs Legion for 50. Ooh. And there's always going to be the free upgrade to PS5 or Xbox Series X too. That's a good deal, Wyland. Good deal. Okay, Break. You ready to rock the hizzy, as they say? Break's not even paying attention to me. Break, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you.
what the fuck?
That was
Skype
weird.
says I'm muted. Now I can hear it. It said I was unmuted, and I could, and you, whatever. Oh,
Dude,
no.
you fight with Skype like every week, man. It's so weird.
Yeah,
You ready to go, Break?
I guess I'm trying to get myself motivated or amped up or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, once you hear this music, you might be amped up.
I don't know. I'm just not really in the mood for anything, but I'm trying.
Okay, I'm gonna try for you, Breakman. Here we go. And welcome, everybody, to episode 615 of RP Grinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohort, Breakman the Bold. Eric is on assignment right now. He should be joining us at some point, I'm guessing, if the Ghosts and Goblins didn't get him. You know what I'm saying, Breakman?
Mm-hmm.
But in lieu of that, we are going to have a fantastic show for you, even though, you know, we're both, Break and I, are kind of unmotivated for whatever reason. Freak Five's in chat. He says, "Happy Halloween, Grinders. Happy Halloween to you, Freak Five, even though that's tomorrow." We've got a loaded show for you all today. We've got a little bit of RPG news. We've got homie discounts. I think we got a little bit of Breakman stuff, Dear Breakman stuff today. I know something just came in from Toy Box Tony. So
he sent a bunch of stuff. I don't know how many we wanted to do tonight.
we can do as many as you want, man. I mean, that's
Okay.
what it's your deal.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, see, look, we gotta. Okay, here's our job, everybody in chat. We gotta get Breakman pumped up for Halloween. All right, so that's everybody's job.
No, whatever. let me try something though. I want to see if I can do this.
Okay. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Freak says, did that do it for you, Break? Are you feeling a little bit better?
No.
No, not at all. All right. Well, we're gonna try to get you in the Halloween spirit here. Freak Five says, "Yeah, but I won't be talking to you tomorrow." Well, how do you know that, Freak Five? Maybe we'll be playing Friday 13th or something. You know, maybe it'll be midnight and you'll be talking to me tomorrow, like Future S type thing. Maybe this will get you pumped up, Breakman. Ah, not that. This. Huh? Come on. RPG news. All right, Break. You want to do the first one, or you want me to start?
I'm still waiting for it to load. I'm looking at a white screen for
Okay.
some stupid reason. Oh no, it's loading. Here we go.
Okay.
Coming to us live from Gamatsu, The Legend of Heroes: Trails of Gold Steel 1 and 2 coming to Switch in summer 2021 in Japan, June and July in Asia. Western release currently unknown. Oh, yeah, what a shock there.
Yeah, I know. What a shock. Okay. I don't think there's anything more to that. It is an exciting game though. Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. Great games from Falcom. Glad it's coming to the Switch. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah,
Anything else?
I'm looking for the story. I don't really see anything else as far
Yeah.
as an update.
Freak 5 says open a beer break. That might help you a little
Mm.
bit. We're having Halloween finger foods tomorrow. Bernie says. Bernie, why are you ruining like my show? Like seriously, like I have like Sweetos and other stuff to go through, and that may or may not have been part of it. Way to steal my thunder, Bernie. I appreciate it. All right. Next story comes to us from Gamatsu, Legend of Heroes Zero no Kiseki and AO no Kiseki coming to Switch on February 18th, 2021 and April 22nd in Asia. And no word on when they're coming here, but that is exciting because they could come here, and those are great. I like the Legend of Hero games. I think they're rather underrated, more Falcom goodness. So there you go. Okay. Breakman, next story, please.
Coming to us live from RPG site. Uh, why are you doing this to me now? Loading. Still loading.
I can do it.
Well, I had it up and then it went blank and now it's back up again because it was loading. Whatever. Coming to us live from RPG site. Action MMORPG Ilion set to release in Korea on December 10th. North American and European release to follow. Let me see here. The name Ilion is meant to evoke the adventures of exploring a new world, and it's also the name of the portals that players will be fighting over when striving for dominance of the world with their chosen faction. A large portion of the content in the game is being revamped as well based on feedback that was received from beta tests in Asia. The developers have decided to focus on combat, adventure, and both faction and individual battles. The core combat system has moved away from tab targeting to skill-based free action combat that is also has a rich array of customization. The setting and lore of the world of Elion has been also changed and refined to fit the new vision of the game. Okay, well, it seems like it's just a completely new game then. Although the game will retain its distinct blend of technology and magic. But yeah, but it's new gameplay and
Yeah,
a new story.
yeah,
Like
it's like
it's
comp-
new game completely.
yeah, yeah. I was looking at the trailer. Nothing excites me. I mean, it looks okay. That's the best I
Mhm.
can say about it. Like, it's another action RPG. Anything else on that break?
It's just enough that excites you, and I just can't muster a joke right now. Like I just
You're right, man. Is
no,
everything?
I'm not. It's
Oh.
just yeah. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about it really.
All right, all right, all right. We won't. Freak Five says no. Wait, shotgun 2 beers and open a third. So maybe that'll help break. All right. Next story comes to us from RPGsite.net. Cooperative cyberpunk action RPG The Ascent delayed to 2021 for Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. So, this is probably what the 50th story we've had about delays. I mean, nothing surprises me anymore. So they posted a new video which I'm playing right now. Looks pretty, Diablo clone probably. But it's delayed. There's no other information other than it's delayed. So it does look pretty. It looks a lot like a Blade Runner isometric, kind of deal, action RPG. So it's a shame because it could have been a standout in all the games coming out. So, all right, break. What do we have? Next?
You want to take care of this next one because
Yep.
it's still not loading right now.
Yeah, no problem. Next comes to us from RPGsite.net. Haven launches on December 3rd for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X. I can't wait till they come out with the E so we can have the SEX Xbox Series.
Is this the Haven that I played and liked? That I was like really gushing over?
I'm not sure. It's about I don't know. It's like a guy and girl type thing.
Yeah, husband and I guess boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't think they're married yet.
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a couple, and it's a lot about their relationship. and
Yeah,
it's just,
we talked about this.
yeah,
yeah.
I want to try. I definitely want to play the real game. It
Yeah,
was
it
different
looks-
as far as like gameplay, but
looks
just
really
as far
good.
as like a story where you're actually like, two people like a real adult kind
Uh,
of story, a
yeah,
couple
very
stuff.
rare do we get games like that where it's like a boyfriend girlfriend tandem or husband wife tandem type deal. So yeah, it does look interesting, and it does that. It's got like elements of Journey and Flower and RPGs. So it looks like a really fun adventure RPG for sure. So it's December 3rd for PC apparently. PlayStation 5. Oh yeah, all the above. So it'll be
Hmm.
on PlayStation 5 December 3rd, and Xbox Series S and X, Xbox One, and Game Pass. The PlayStation 4 version is set to release in 2021. So if you're shit out of luck if you're on the PS4 for a
What's
while.
the price? Does it
Yeah.
say?
Freak5 says nothing excites Frank. That is harsh to Bernie. How dare you, Freak5, disparage Bernie
Ooh,
in that
ouch,
that manner? You got your
ouch.
next story up, Break?
Well, how much did they say the game is?
No, nothing on price.
Oh,
So
son
yeah,
of a bitch.
no
Okay, coming
price.
to us live from RPG site. Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town, set to release on March 23rd in North America, March 26th in Europe for Nintendo Switch.
This
So
game
there
looks
you go.
it looks really cute. It's a farming game, which I know Bernie would love, but it looks really cute. I mean,
Yeah, here
it
I'll tell you the key features of it. A wild world of discovery, tame the wilderness of the peninsula, discover the flora and fauna, and make it their home, and unearth the secrets of the world around you. And work with the land to build the farms of dreams from the ground up. Build facilities whenever you see fit. Level up your farming skills and craft everything from fences to sprinklers for for crops. For whatever reason, I couldn't get that word out. Cultivate your farm, cultivate your town, gather and process materials to fulfill requests and improve Olive Town's infrastructure, upgrade tools, or commission new outfits and accessories. This sounds like a wholesome, fun game that really it's a whole family can play.
it really
Um,
looks like one of those enjoyable, like relaxing farming games.
mm.
Break, and the cows are the most adorable things I've ever seen. I
Yeah, this seems
think.
like like a game like a parent could buy for their children and not have to worry like that they're
Yep.
like there's no violence whatsoever. So let me see here. Simple, whoops, scroll on accident there. Simple mechanics, deep gameplay. Fledgling farmers can rest easy with the return of seedling mode and normal mode with a new request system, highlighting the fresh features while you lend a hand to the locals. Veteran players ready to create a bustling farm of their own will find all the core elements of the Story of Seasons series with new twists on classic gameplay. There's always something going on in Olive Town. Participate in local festivals as the town comes to life with over 300. I can't read. 200 unique events. I've overshot it. Sorry, developers.
Mm.
Get to know your neighbors better, and you may even find love a special someone among them. So
Yeah.
there
It
you
looks
go.
really cute, man. Like I said, this game, you're right, Breakman. This might be one of those where, if you're a parent, and I know we have some parents listening, and you
Mm.
really want to get a game that you don't have to worry at all about your kids like discovering something naughty or violent. This is the game for you for sure.
Mm.
So, um, I got plausible deniability, Freak 5. I never said nothing excites me. All right, next story comes to us. I probably did though. Next to
Yeah, I
us,
clearly remember you saying that.
yeah,
I mean,
probably.
not to totally rat you out or anything.
Freak 5 takes shit out of context all the time though.
That's true. That's true.
This comes to us from RPGsite.net. Rune Factory 5 releases in Japan on May 20th, 2021. Introduces the main characters. Ooh. So there you go. I'm not going to read the whole It's a sim RPG. Um, it's got a really vibrant art style. So
Hmm.
there you go. Looks kind of cool. I don't know what to compare it to, but it
Mhm.
looks nice. Looks nice. Very nice. All right, Breakman. What do we got next?
Another delay we have from RPG site coming to us live. Cyberpunk 2077 delayed to December 10th. It was previously set to release on November 19th. Sorry, everyone, it's been delayed. So let me see if
Yeah.
what their letter says why they're delayed. Hey everyone, today we've decided to move the release date of Cyberpunk, by 21 days. The new release date is December 10th. Most likely there are many emotions and questions in your head, so first and foremost, please accept our humble apologies. The biggest challenge for us right now is shipping the game on current gen, next gen, and PC at the same time, which requires us to prepare and test 9 versions of it. Wow. While working from home. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Since Cyberpunk 2077 evolved towards almost being a next-gen title somewhere along the way, we need to make sure everything works well and every version runs smoothly. We're where it might seem unrealistic when someone says that the 21 days can make any difference in such a massive and complex game, but they really do. Um, there's more I can read when you
No,
want.
no, it's okay.
Some
I
Okay.
I got a question for you, Break. Like with the ad, like if you buy this game Xbox One, right? When you get your Xbox X later on, there's going to be a free upgrade. What incentive is there for anybody to buy the next gen one when you could just upgrade for free and save $10? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if you get the PlayStation 4 version of this,
Mhm.
then you're gonna automatically be upgraded to the PS5 version. So why would anybody get the $10 more expensive game? Is
Maybe if they're the people that absolutely need a hard cover or like a hard copy of it, but other than that, you're right. It makes more sense to get the cheaper version.
is that their
So,
concession for raising the price on games? I'm thinking it is. Like that's kind of an ease in type, type thing. But if they do this like all the way through, like in the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One's life cycle, like
mhm.
there's no incentive to buy the new games, at $10 more. I mean, they're gonna have to start including DLC for free or some other shit for people to
Well,
to pay.
that's why games like Spider-Man aren't offering that upgrade. Like you
Yeah,
want to play Spider-Man, you gotta go buy it again. Sorry, Turkey. But I mean,
yeah.
that's the way it is. It's always been. Like upgrading, getting a free upgrade copy is not. I mean, that's a new thing.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
yeah. I think they're gonna experience lack of like the money not rolling in like they think at
Hmm.
first, and then it's all gonna be you're gonna have to buy that version. It's just not gonna work. There's gonna be a cutoff on this free upgrade stuff, is what I'm saying. But I
Mm.
do know that Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the ones that will be able to just upgrade for free. So so there you go. Cyberpunk delayed. I don't think there's anything else on that. Next story comes to us from RPGsite.net. This is interesting. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is coming to iOS and Android. I don't think that's too surprising. I don't think there's anything in that game that the modern smartphones can't handle.
Mhm.
So there you go. Let's see if they give us a date here. No price or announced release window other than soon, so that means probably first quarter next year. So, all right. Anything on that
Just
break?
soon. It's coming soon.
Yeah, I know. I,
Yeah.
I hate that. These aren't even stories. I don't even know
Mhm.
why we go over these ones with no dates. It just bothers me to no end. All right, break. I think you get the honor of the last story.
Coming to us live from RPG site, Seven Nights Time Wanderer to release for Nintendo Switch on November 5th. Netmarble has announced that this game will launch on eShop on November 5th in 40 countries. Digital pre-orders will open on October 29th, so they are already open. It is a spin-off RPG based on the mobile game Seven Nights Mobile with a battle system and controls optimized for a console platform. According to Netmarble in a press release, the game is a single-player RPG that has a storyline with an ending.
Freak Five says, "Is the upgrade only on digital?" No, Freak Five. This is for all owners of Cyberpunk 2077 on you know on PS4 and Xbox One. Sorry, break. Go ahead.
That is the most generic description for an RPG I've ever read.
I know,
A
man.
single-player RPG that has a storyline with an ending.
Oh, really? There's an ending to the story? Wow. How revolutionary. This game might have everything we want and more, Breakman. Is there anything
I
else?
guess. Let me see here. Netmarble also says the players can collect new characters as they progress through the journey without gotcha mechanics. Though it appears no price has been revealed, Seven Nights Time Wanderer focuses on the story of Vanessa, the eighth member of the Seven Knights, as she embarks on a journey to return safely home after falling into a strange void in space-time.
Yeah.
So there
You know why I'm interested in this game other than the generic story, Breakman?
you go. Generic ending.
Yeah, the generic ending. It's an actual old school turn based RPG. You know what I
That's
mean?
interesting.
With a neat art style too. So that's something really cool about it. All right. So
I
there.
noticed well, I guess you're getting in a deal, so I'll bring it up when we do the deals.
Okay. So that is that for the news this week. And speaking of deals,
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
we have some homie discounts. Did you have something you wanted to mention?
Yeah, you're talking about old school like dungeon crawlers. Like I noticed on the Switch eShop, there were a few like really like small like small indie studio made like old school like wizardry type RPGs on the Switch,
Ooh,
and
nice.
those were pretty cheap because they're like I said, they're independent studios.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if they're any good, so don't take my recommendation to buy them. I'm just saying they're there
All
and they're on
right.
sale right now. So
That's awesome. I hardly ever check Nintendo because every time I check Nintendo, there's really almost nothing. But maybe I need to go to the indie section and give them some love.
it's all in the it was in the deal section. I was just going through like various deals and stuff. They got a lot of deals, and they have some like a lot of like these indie deals that are really cheap, like $1 and less.
Yeah, yeah. I know that Best Buy is having their Black Friday kind of early. A couple, I mean, there's way too many to go through, but I'll give you a couple. Borderlands 3 is only $10. So if you waited to buy Borderlands, which I'm sure a lot of people did because I mean, Borderlands seems to go on sale like really, really quick. So there you go. Borderlands 3, $10. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice is like $38. I know Watch Dogs was on sale for like $10. Days Gone was on sale. Even though if you're getting a PlayStation 5, it doesn't make much sense to buy games like Dead by Dawn and Days Gone and stuff like that because you're going to have an instant collection. Let's see what else. Let me. Oh shit! I just lost my tab. But I know Best Buy had. They had a shit ton of shit. Let me get back to that. But there, and I like what Best Buy is doing. I normally don't like what Best Buy does in general, but this year they're kind of doing it different. They're giving you Black Friday sales before Black Friday, which is really nice because, I mean, can you imagine the disaster super spreading that's going to be going on, Breakman? I mean, there's just going to be a bunch of like just it's going to be disastrous, man. I can only we talked about Story of Seasons, right? Here's one for $25 at Best Buy. Grand Blue Fantasy Standard Edition for $25. So I think that's 50% off. Here's another one that our fans might be kind of excited for. Ys Memory of Celceta. We've talked about it on this show before. $25. That's the Adventure Edition, so that's pretty cool. Rune Factory 4 Special. I don't know if it's Special Edition or whatever, but $25. If you guys hear my dad singing, he's practicing for a contest tonight. So, Senran Kagura, which we've talked about, is only $19, so that's 50% off. If you're one of the few people that don't have Grand Theft Auto 5, the premium edition, it's only going to be $13. So there's some really good sales, and that's both for the Xbox One and PlayStation 5. I mentioned Borderlands 3 for $10, which I think is a fantastic deal for either system. Let's see. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, if you don't have that, is for $15. Oh, here we go. This might perk up your ears. I think you already have this, though, Breakman. Halo Master Chief Collection is only $19. So that's
a good deal.
Yeah, it's $10 off. That's not bad. Hollow Knight, you only save $5. I'd probably skip that for now. There's going to be plenty of sales. What else we got here? I want to go through them all quickly because there are quite a bit. If you're an MMA fan, UFC 4 is down to $30, so that's like $20 off. I already mentioned Assassin's Creed 3. There's some amiibos on sale if you're still into that. Ghost Recon Breaking Point, $10. That's a pretty good damn deal there. And I think there's one more page here. Let me look real quickly, make sure I'm not missing anything super major for anybody. Oh, there's that cute little Amobi figure of Yoshi. Those yarn Yoshis, those are cool. $10. So, Sims bundle 25. That's not a bad deal. I know Bernie's a big fan of the Sims. Division 2 for $10. That's really, really good. I know Division 2 is not the greatest game in the world, but for $10 and a physical copy, that's not bad. Bertie says, well, that was a waste of my time. I'll be home in a few, Frank. Okay, well, see you soon. All the Lego games are on sale as well, down at least $5 on the Lego games. So those are your homie discounts. They still have the PlayStation Plus stuff on cdkeys.com, which I bought 2 years of PlayStation Plus within the past few months there, and I didn't have any problems, so I don't know why anybody would have any issues with that. But all right, Breakman, it's time for Dear Breakman. What do we got?
First off, Dear Breakman would like to say on behalf of all of us, thank you, Toy Box, for the awesome GIF.
Which GIF?
Or, well, just a JPEG, really, but of Leatherface.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, he sent that today. That was awesome, man. I was like, I got pumped. I mean, if that doesn't get you pumped, Breakman, something's really got you down then, man. Like, that was such a cool thing. He did a Photoshop of a really cool, probably one of his figures, Leatherface, RP Grinders, movie of the year, or what was it, horror movie of the year or something like that. It was really cool. I really enjoyed that. That was really, really nice of Tony. So special shout out to you. Really appreciate it.
Okay, well, damn, see, Eric's not here, so this one's not going to be as fun because there's only two of us. I'll read the question now, but maybe we should wait until Eric gets here to answer it.
Okay.
Okay, it says, Happy Halloween, and this is again from Toybox at toy_open on Twitter. He says, Happy Halloween, what horror movie death sequence would you choose for one of your fellow grinders? I.e., electrocution, like in Shocker. Death mask trap, like in Saw 2. That's horrifying. A kinder, gentler death, like a hatchet to the face in Hatchet.
Let's see. For Breakman, it would definitely be the Hook death in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, that's a given because, like that one, like you're still able to talk and you're living for a little while, so you got to get a little torture in there. I don't like the. I mean, I do love this. I got the Saw movies. But I wouldn't put the death mask on Breakman because then he wouldn't be able to scream out and agony and stuff like that.
I was thinking I'd turn you both into Cenobites.
Oh, that's a good one, man. That's both of us though. Like
yes, because they're just so creative. You can do so many things.
Yeah, just as long as you don't make me the CD Cenobite. Yeah, that one was probably the worst Cenobite I've ever seen, man. Like, I love that movie, but man, that Cenobite was just oof. That was pretty awful. For Eric, let's see. For Eric, I'd probably go with I'd go with the Let the Right One In. I don't know if you've seen the original Breakman. It's a Swedish movie. There's a remake called Let I think it's called Let Me In or something like that, but Let the Right One In is the original, and I think it's either Norwegian or Swedish, but it's a great movie for anybody who hasn't seen it. It's a foreign movie, but you can get it dubbed in English. It's a vampire movie, a surprising vampire movie, and there's an end scene. I'm not gonna ruin it for everybody, but there's some dismemberment, so I'd save that for Eric, and that's what I would do. So. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So I could have said the really nice thing. I could have did the interview with the vampire thing, make you both vampires so that you live forever. But we're not nice on this show.
Gay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. But you know.
And that's for some reason that's the theme with Anne Rice vampires. When they turn gay too for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, more power
Well,
to them. You know, that's
no,
all
I'm just
good.
saying like that's the way it happens.
Yeah. I met Anne Rice before. She's a
Mm.
really great woman. Really nice to talk to. But
Oh, I bet.
yeah.
She seems like a nice person.
Yeah. All right. What would you do? You do the Cenobite for both of us. Huh?
That's just one of them. I was thinking about like other horror movie deaths that would be fun or entertaining and stuff like that. But just, Eric's not here, so it's not as fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe I could do the Hitcher death. You know, have you ever seen that movie, The Hitcher? You know.
maybe.
Yeah. You know, get
Mm,
like Eric and you like strapped to like two semis and then just ride off into the sunset with, you know, legs and arms and whatever else.
yes. I do remember that one now. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one.
Um.
There's so many great like
Yeah.
death, you know, like death stuff. I mean, it's not even funny. All right, what else, Eric? Break.
Oh, he also has a Would You Rather for us.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's been so long. Like another one where I wish Eric was here, but he'd probably take a pass on it like he usually does. Anyway.
I mean, I don't blame Eric. You know, I
Well, this
might
one's
take an El Paso on this one. You know.
yeah, this one's rough. I don't know what to say with this one. Would you rather lose your thumb or your middle finger on your dominant hand?
It's pretty easy because you need your thumb
Yeah, I
for
was
a
thinking
lot
that
of
too.
stuff. So the middle finger would go, but you know that'd be cool when you like flip someone off. You actually wouldn't be doing anything but giving them a fist, so they wouldn't even know what you're doing. So that might save you a lot of fights. You know.
But I need that middle finger. It gets so much use.
I know. Well, you can't twirl your butthole with it no more, Breakman. You know, so you know. But yeah, the middle finger would be gone, man. Like you need your thumb for a lot of things, and I mean,
Yes.
losing any finger would suck, including your pinky. But
I mean, you have to switch to jacking off with your left hand. One.
right? But what if they took both, Breakman? Jeez.
Ooh, ouch.
I mean, can you imagine like jerking off without a thumb? Like, oof, oof.
Wouldn't you
Okay.
have to like put both hands together or something at that point, or?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I guess, man. Ooh, even that would be like, what would you do? Like reverse, like you know, do a reverse Western grip with one, and then normal Western grip with the other. Like, ooh, yeah.
Oh God, that sounds brutal.
Yeah. Freak Vibe says you have two middle fingers. Yeah. See, we're assuming you're taking both of them. Freak Vibe. I mean, that's the way to play this game. You know.
Mhm.
He says, I wonder if initial game sales are lower when they are on current and new generation consoles because people without the new console might want to buy a game if they're going to get it on the next console. There's thoughts to that, Freak Vibe, for sure. For sure. Okay, anything else, Breakman?
And well, another thing with like the lowering, the price will go down eventually on a lot of games.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, just
Yeah,
$10 more
I don't know
expensive.
what the new normal as far as like the low price is going to be for the next generation. Like the greatest hits, like it used to be 20, and then
Probably be
like now
like,
it's like 20 or 30,
yeah.
depending on the game, and and just
What?
depending on how old it gets. Like sometimes if you wait, like a game can get down to $10 and stuff. That's what I'm waiting
Yeah.
for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, exactly. Or $5 in my like. I waited for Mortal Kombat 10 to go. Like they just had a sale not too long ago on the PlayStation for Injustice, like the Ultimate
Mhm.
Edition, like the first one,
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
$5, and like the second
Damn it!
one
I
was.
wish I'd gotten that because I got the other version, like the without
Yeah.
like the ultimate stuff.
Yeah, and then like the second one, Injustice 2, was only like $7 or $8. I was like, man, that's really good deal too, man. Yeah, I always wait for sales. I mean, except like the exception is like at the start of like a new console, like you have to buy everything kind of brand new if you're gonna get something, and you know I'm gonna get Demon Souls at full price, and that sucks, but you know at least I'll be able to play it right away. Freak Five says I jerk off with my offhand, and the question said specifically only taking the finger or thumb on the dominant hand. So there aren't. Well, like I said, in that case you're just gonna have to learn to jerk with your offhand. Period.
We know too much about you now, Freak. We know too much.
like, are you right or? Oh, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. All right, what else we got? Break.
Oh, no, that's it. We need to remember to ask these questions to Eric and think of horrible ways to kill him.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
I was thinking like some of the zombie deaths in like Zombie Land, like because they got creative.
yeah.
You know.
Well, if I know Eric well enough, he probably would like do something like really, really nice, like give us like a chloroform death, like where we die in our sleep type thing. You know, very, very mild, like no pain type thing.
Mm.
I can't wait to hear what Frank thinks of King Allant in Demon Souls Dungeon says. Man, the game's gonna be so good. Dungeon. I'm salivating right now, man. I never got through Demon Souls. Because it was just it wasn't that it was too hard for me, that game in particular. It just that like it's ultimate patience, and I have a lot of patience, but that game after a while just really got to me. But I'm gonna stick with it on this one, especially if I'm paying full price Dungeon. I'm gonna beat that fucking game. So you know what I'm saying? So
I paid for this son of a bitch. I will beat it.
yeah, man. Like all my games I'm looking at now, like I got for like $10, $15. I don't think I paid. The only thing I paid full price for was Dragon Quest, and I obviously beat that. So, but everything else I'm looking at here, like I didn't pay full price. So,
Yeah.
Alien Isolation, I think I paid $10 on the Xbox. So, I give Frank the death in Red Dragon when Hannibal is cooking that guy's brain and feeding it to him. How dare you, Freak Five? That's awful. For me, it's my favorite Souls. It is. I love that game, Dungeon. I'm so glad they decided to go with that one for a remaster. I'm really excited, man. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really, really good. All right. Shall we move on, Breakman?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
Still thinking of ways to kill her.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, let's cheer you up, Breakman. What you been playing, man?
This week, since it's tomorrow's Halloween, I've mostly been playing Friday the 13th.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
I'd say I've gotten better at being a consular. I still completely suck at being Jason. Most kills I've been able to get is like 7, but usually it's like 2 or 3.
Oh God, Freak Five is awful. You know what he would do? He would do this human centipede for us 3, Breakman. Nobody. Oh God. I mean, ugh. I guess you would want to be at the head of that centipede, not at the rear, because that would be. Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah.
Even still,
the guy in the back, it's the worst, right? Or is it the
yeah,
guy in the
absolutely. Yeah. Ugh.
middle? Would it be the guy in the middle or the guy in last?
The last guy would probably be the worst because you got the shit from the second one or the first and second. So yeah, break would be in front so he could still play the. How dare you, Freak Five? How dare you? Frank in the middle. How dare you, Freak Five? You son of a bitch. That'd be awful, man. I mean, the one in the middle does get the worst because his mouth is attached to the front and it's got someone attached to the rear. At least the one in the rear could just shit freely. No problem. Ugh. That's awful. Don't encourage him, Dungeon. Jesus Christ, man. All right, what you been playing, Break?
Friday the 13th. Still fun. I might play for another couple weeks or something until I get bored, or as I'm thinking, like the crowd of people playing is going to go down because obviously Halloween and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it seems like there's not that many people playing to begin with. It takes a while to get a game sometimes.
Yeah. If you're on PlayStation, you can always find a game, but I don't know about Xbox. I don't. That sucks, man.
I mean, right now it's just they'll take a minute or two sometimes to find a game, which is like, ugh.
You're a son of a bitch, Freak Five. He says that I would feed Break spicy food. How dare you? That's even worse. Jesus Christ, man. That's the worst. Anything else, Break?
I played a little bit of Doom Eternal. I've just been backtracking, going to the worlds I already beat so I can find the items that I haven't unlocked. Other than that, I think it might be the last stage. I'm not sure, but like I said, just backtracking. Now.
I wished every game had like a system like they had in Dark Cloud. I don't know if you ever played that game, Break, but like you could see the treasures on a map and you could just go to them if you could get to them. Right. I don't know. I think that's like the way to go. Just like let everybody know where your extra stuff is, because not all of us can like decipher every piece of code in the game, and
as far as I can tell, you play for the whole damn stage until you get everything. Like you can at that point, I guess you can probably quit and maybe I don't know. Like I've had to play all the way through each stage again. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Wait, Frank, is the package already in the mail? Not yet, Freak Five. I'm still carrying my stuff, so I don't want to send you something that's not. I mean, it's good now. Like I've tested all my plants, but give me a few, Freak Five, and I'll send you a package. I just want to make sure it's like you have to cure it. It's not cut and dry. Like you don't just cut it out of the ground and it's good to go. You have to grow it and then you have to cure it. Well, dry it and then you cure it. And the longer you cure it, the better it is. So But I know all my stuff is good because I've tested all of it. There's only a couple of strains that I'm not too impressed with. So don't put laxatives in my. I'm not gonna send you brownies, man. I'm just gonna send you the real thing. I'll just ziplock it real tight and put it. I got ways, Freak Vibes, so I'll just send you some real stuff. All right. All right. I've been playing Bard's Tale Remastered. I don't know if anybody's ever played that game, but
The original.
yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
the remastered is really fun. It's got updated graphics and stuff, but it's not. I mean, it's not going to blow anybody away. And I figured out that the thing you want to do in that game is just those aren't raisins, those brownies, Breakman. That's funny. I figured out that you really want to be an archer in that game because that's the way you can just cruise along. So just put all your stats and dexterity and vitality and you'll
I
be
don't
good to
remember
go.
what I used. It was so long.
Yeah, yeah. But that's it. That's what I've been doing. Do you have a review this week, Break, or no?
I don't remember if I watched any. I watched the um, Unsolved Mysteries. The second season came out.
Ooh, okay. Is that good or as good as the first season or?
I'd say it's equivalent to the first season in a lot of ways. Like but the first like 2-3 stories are just completely heartbreaking stories.
Mm,
Well, they all are really. They all
yeah.
are.
I
'Cause
mean,
it's just.
it's like those cold case files. I can only watch
Mhm,
so much of that, Break, because like
yeah.
it's always heartbreaking. People dying and oh
Yeah,
god,
so like I was thinking like the first is like I think it's a mother, and then it's a kids, and then somebody escaped, and then I'm like, oh yeah, the last one was a tsunami. Like fuck, they're all terrible.
yeah,
Like
yeah. They're all
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
The last one is the haunting of I can't remember what city it is in Japan. The city that was hit with that giant tsunami back in
Ooh,
2010 or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah. That's sad stuff, man. A lot of
Yeah,
people.
it killed like 20,000 people or something to that
Yeah,
effect, and they were talking about the ghost stories that happened after that.
yeah. I mean, just imagine that a big ass fucking tidal wave just takes over a whole city and washes you out to sea, and that's it.
Just
Nobody.
suddenly, like you in the middle
Yeah,
of your day, you're just walking and doing your normal thing, and all of a sudden everything starts shaking like an earthquake, and then within minutes, this giant tidal wave comes in your town, and there's
yeah,
nothing you can do but, I mean, try and run to something that'll float or something, because there's nothing you're gonna do to avoid the wave.
yeah. And plus, like, there's undertow with that, so
Yeah,
it's
God,
just like there's no hope, man. Like
yeah,
unless you can hold your breath for like 15, 20 minutes, like there's not much you can do, man.
yeah.
It's pretty terrible.
I mean, yeah, and it's in one of the stories, and it's a guy who was talked about how he lost his family, and just like, and then like the first one, it was a mother disappeared, and like apparently the cops, lazy cops, said it was a suicide, but there's so much evidence saying it might have been murder, and stuff like this, and then one about kids disappearing at a park in the middle of the day.
Mm.
Um, what were the other two? One was an escaped convict.
It always makes you wonder about like missing people, like how many
Mhm.
are like buried like in forest and all kinds
Yeah.
of weird shit. It's like Freak Five says beer, 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 diddly beer. That's what he says. Uh,
That was a good song, and I just love how the narrator is so mean to the bard at all times.
yeah, yeah. I like when you like go back to the game and narrators like, so where were we? Oh yeah, the bard was making an ass out of himself. Like,
Right.
stuff like that. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
So I'd say as far as the return to Unsolved Mysteries, I absolutely want more, but we need some sort of closure to at least one of these episodes at some point. Like, we need follow-ups,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I know there were a few of the original Unsolved Mysteries that were actually solved, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and they did. And if you remember back in the day, they used to do updates like this
Yep.
story has been solved and this is what's happened.
Yeah.
And Richard Stack would tell us everything that happened. Like,
Do they have any like Richard Stack like presence there? No, there's nobody that like explains like I don't know.
there's no narrator. It's all from the point of view of interviews and such. Interviews and the people who are in it.
Do you find that a distraction at all, Breakman, or not really?
No, not really.
Would you prefer like a narrator? I'm not saying another Robert Stack, just somebody that kind of explains shit, like he did, or no.
Well, that's what they have people in the show do, is they have everybody comes and they explain it. So you are getting like the story is getting told to you and it's getting led along, but it's not.
It's not
there's
one.
nobody-
Central person.
And
Okay.
It works for what it is.
Okay. All right. Nothing can be as good as the original for sure, but
When like his voice would be something like that kind of memorable voice, deep and
yeah.
But I'm fine the way it is. I like it not because I think as much as I like the narrator, sometimes the narrators kind of steer you in one direction as to what it is. Like they try and keep this like different points of view in this open.
Yeah.
They do obviously like all documentaries. They do kind of steer you in one direction, but
yeah. Okay. All right. So you saw the whole second season. What would you give it on a scale?
As a return to the old show, I've quite enjoyed. I look forward to more of them. I'd say between a 7 and an 8.
All right, that's a very high score for sure.
So
all right,
7.5. That's right in the middle. Why didn't I say that in the first place?
There you go. Okay, well, let's move on to everybody's favorite segment.
What is it?
Stinko of the Week.
All right, Breakman, your
I don't talk
Stinko
about
of the week.
Hello?
Yes, here.
Oh, okay. I don't. We're moving on. Your Stinko of the week. What is it?
Oh, well, you don't want to do yours, or?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, all right. Well, mine is I'm like done seeing political ads, Breakman. Like, I know we talk about politics like all the time on the show and stuff like that, but I just noticed something about almost every single political ad. They're a bunch of fucking liars. I mean, you look at the Joe Biden ads, he's lying. Like, you can just tell. Like, nothing. You know what his number one thing that he said before he was the nominee? He said, under my administration, nothing would fundamentally change. And that is the truest thing that guy has said this entire campaign, even though he's very rarely seen. But I'm sick of the outside PACs like making ads for Trump, and how he ended the virus, which is completely untrue. All these political ads, and I'm not talking just the presidential ads. I'm talking like local, like political ads. Like, you have ones from here in Colorado. It's Cory Gardner making ads against John Hickenlooper that he did this, which is true, completely true. And then you have the opposite saying, you can't trust Cory Gardner because of this and that and the other, and that's true. So we always have to pick the worst candidate, the better of the worst candidates. Always.
I was watching, I can't remember which football game it was, but I saw this ad break. It went from Mitch McConnell to Amy McGrath, back to Mitch McConnell, back to Amy McGrath, like 4 in a row.
And why are you getting those ads in
Cincinnati? Because I'm right next to the border of Kentucky.
Oh, okay. But why does that matter to Cincinnati? You're Ohio, like that.
Because we have the same. They get our channels. Actually.
Oh, okay. I see. They do cross channel. Okay, I see. Yeah, and that's another race that's really ridiculous in my mind. There was a chance, Breakman. They could have had a fantastic candidate. I think it was Charles Booker was running against Amy McGrath, and he lost by, I think, like 1 percentage point or something. They they never pick the progressive candidates. They always pick the centrist, worthless candidate that has no, nothing is going to fundamentally change type attitude, and they don't want to like go on big ideas and shit like that. That's one of the ones.
Not
man.
if you listen to the TAC ads. Like, they tie these people. They always, like, that's what they do around here, is they tie everyone to Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, and
They say everyone is a far left extremist. They're all with Bernie Sanders. Like, that is the Central Ohio. That is the Ohio TAC ad I've heard pretty much all the time. Like,
what's
Amy
fun?
McGrath has aligned herself with Bernie Sanders.
And that's nothing could be further from the truth. She's the centrist candidate in that.
Right.
It's so stupid, man. Let me get caught up on chat here. Freak5 says 2 stinkos. First is that my Fitbit Versa has quit charging. Well, you actually got to move around, Freak5. You can't just just sit and eat Cheetos all day. You have to it's like, is it one of those one watches that where like you move and it like charges? Dungeon says, I'm thankful I hardly see any political ads because I don't watch TV anymore other than that. Well, look, neither do I, Dungeon. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do a lot of YouTube. And boy, are they hitting YouTube big time.
Another thing they're hitting real big? I don't know if you're getting it, but every day in my mailbox, at least 4 flyers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Waste a tree for stupid political bullshit,
It's insanity.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, like, exactly that. They're wasting trees for this bullshit.
Yeah. Freak5 says, second, my 85-year-old grandfather who drives a school bus slipped on ice and got a major head injury. He refused to go to the hospital and then drove a school bus full of kids after his boss made him sign a waiver. Ooh. Yikes. Oh, boy. Him and the boss are the stinko. Exactly. Bernie says, I'm still trying to get out of here. Well, get out of there, Bernie. Jesus. Dungeon says, I use a blocker for YouTube, so I hardly see any ads on there either. Yeah, I thought about that, Dungeon, but there are some people that need to make a living with the ads, so it's just I don't see ads anywhere else, so it's I kind of let the YouTube ones go. I should do that though, because I kind of get sick of those fucking ads, man. What one do you use, Dungeon? I have a Mac, so I don't know if it'd be compatible, but Freak5 says, no, it counts my steps. At night, I plug it into a charger, and it isn't charging. Yeah, right, Freak5. I bet you $5. It's one of those ones where you have to move, and like he's just sitting there waiting for the Fitbit to come on, and
he
it's
puts
like,
it on top of the washing machine, turns it on.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, looks like I did 5 miles of walking today. Look at that, type thing. Yeah, I just can't wait for November 3rd to be over. Breakman. Honestly, like in a way, I do care who wins because there's never been a more racist president, at least in my lifetime.
Mine either.
But on the flip side of that, Joe Biden is a fucking racist. So, it's like you're trading out a worse racist for a slightly less racist president.
The one thing I'm looking at too, like I said before, I'll say it again. I didn't vote for Biden because I like Biden. I voted for Biden because I hate Donald Trump.
I hate both of them. That's why I'm voting green.
I just Trump.
Yeah.
Just hate him so much. Anyway, but Trump surrounds himself with some of the worst people on the planet too, like Stephen Miller, for instance.
Oh God, Stephen Miller's an out and out racist. Did you ever see an old video of his where he was railing against like the trash? He was in college and they were like trying to get people to pick up their trash, and he's like, "What do we got these Mexican janitors for? That's what their job is." And he got on his soapbox and was like, had a microphone and was like, oh God, he's awful. The worst. Let's see. Dungeon says, I don't mind Twitch ads though. Some of those are short and simple, like the Snickers one. Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're going to do Snickers ads, I mean, Freak5 says, and I get 15,000 plus steps every day at work. Doesn't count if you put that tracker on someone else, Freak5, and then at the end
the
of the
mail
day,
guy walks by, sticks in his back pocket. Like,
yeah, exactly. Frank says Trump is the most racist president in his lifetime, and he's lived through all the. How dare you, Freak5? How dare you?
Yeah, like one thing, like I think, was it Biden said he's the most racist president we've ever had? Like, not even close.
Yeah, there've been other.
There have been guys like Woodrow Wilson. Like
Yeah.
there have been some extreme out and out
Richard
racist.
Nixon. I don't know if you heard those tapes, the Nixon tapes. Break.
And we know Reagan too.
Yeah,
But I'm saying like
Reagan.
we know these like there are guys before him like back in the
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
back in the day of slavery and post slavery.
Oh yeah. I mean, even the founders.
Yeah.
Think of it. Like
Yeah.
most of
Oh
the
yeah.
founders
Right. Exactly.
had
Slave
slaves.
owners.
Yeah. So, well, not just one blocker. I use several. This is a list of good ones. If you use Chrome, please don't ban me, Twitch. Yeah, please don't ban Dungeon Buster. He's like one of like 5 people in chat, week in and week out. I'll check that out after the show, Dungeon. I appreciate that very. I do use Chrome, so cool. Right on. I just hope it's compatible with Mac. I'm not super techie when it comes to that type of shit. I don't know what's good and how to apply shit, I guess, and stuff like that. All right, Breakman, let's move on to our Sweetos.
You know what? I bet Eric did. I bet he lied down to take a nap and he set his alarm lock. His alarm wrong.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing, and there's, nothing I can do. It's just, hope it helps. Dungeon says it will. Dungeon, I'll find something. I guess the ones on YouTube you can skip after 5 seconds, so it's not that big of a deal. But there's some that you can't skip, and some that are super annoying, and oh god, especially the political ones lately. I've just been, yeah. All right, Breakman,
It's always been bad. It just seems lately like so many people are pumping money into it right now is why it's worse, or it seems worse than normal because we're getting more ads because of so much money into it.
Yeah. Well, and they have to spend their money. If not, then they have to relinquish it to another pack or.
Oh, I don't mean just them. I mean like from outside groups.
Oh yeah. Another quick stinko that I forgot is I cut the shit out of my finger. Like I had a knife in my pocket that I didn't realize was like open, like a Leatherman. And I went to reach it. I felt something in my pocket. And I reached down there, and like I didn't even realize I cut myself. And I was like, "Oh shit!" But I hear that at this point, the mudslinging is just so garbage, especially with how partisan everything is. I know, Dungeon. It's just, most of it is true, most of it is untrue. It's oh god, it's just a mess. Our duopoly it's not even a duopoly. It's one party basically, and it sucks. Freak5 says, my sweeto, my health insurance premiums aren't going up next year. You shouldn't even have health insurance premiums, Freak5. That's Medicare for all, man. And we are having a Halloween party for my kids. And that's really nice. That's awesome, Freak5. I'm glad you're doing something for your kin, for sure. So that's cool. All right, Breakman, your sweeto of the week.
Oh, my sweeto goes to, remember my stinko last week with Texas?
Yes.
So the governor of Texas, I'm just updating everybody else. Governor of Texas, and then the Republican-controlled the House and Senate of, they're the people of Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and enacted a law that made it all right to discriminate against the handicapped, transgendered, and the gay community.
Yes.
Well, the Texas Supreme Court this week struck that law down.
Yeah, well, that's
like
awesome.
Immediately, which is pretty awesome, I thought.
And that's
they're like,
weird.
no, fuck you, this is wrong.
That's really weird because I thought their Supreme Court, the Texas Supreme Court, was mostly conservative judges. Maybe they just...
Yeah, I didn't see it coming, but they're like, nope, we're not doing this.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really great news for the gay community in Texas, for sure.
For everybody, because social workers, their job is to help people, and you're telling them, you don't have to help people if you don't want to. Like, what's next? Are you going to tell nurses and doctors they don't have to help people if they don't want to?
Yeah. I honestly believe this, Breakman. Like back in the day, it was super common to see people like help elderly and disabled people like cross streets or carry groceries or the Boy Scout thing. I know that's kind of cliche, right? But it really did used to happen back in the day like that. And now nobody ever does something like that. So it's sort of like giving people like free license to not do those type of things. It's like don't help the gay community because they're gay. Don't help disabled people because they're disabled. Fuck them. Like it just, why? There's no reason for that. We should all
Yeah.
be like, I mean, we joke about my age all the time, but I am getting to that point where like sometimes like it'd be nice to have somebody help me grab groceries and shit like that. It's like
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Like it's getting to a point where it's just everybody fend for themselves, and if you're too old and too disabled to carry groceries or do anything, then fuck you. Then I mean, that's pretty much. I mean,
Pretty
and now,
much, yeah. That's what it seems like.
let's see. Get caught up on chat here. Freak
And
Price.
it's the people in charge too, because if you go around and talk to everyday people and stuff like that, people want to help each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always said this, Breakman. People in general, I mean, despite what everybody wants you to believe, um, people are good. We wouldn't be at the point we are today in the year 2020 without being good to others. You know what I mean? Like, in general, people are good. But it's sort of like people don't want to be good anymore. They just, I don't know. And politics has a lot to do with it, and a bunch of shit. But Freak Fight says first, one of my nephews is going to have gender reassignment surgery. Okay, that's cool. He has a couple of lols. First, a friend is playing Animal Crossing. Her favorite villager sent her a mail saying that she was sending something that would be good for her fashion. The present the villager sent was a paper bag.
Ouch.
Didn't do, one of those things.
Her favorite villager has now been banned from town.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's see. Where were we, Breakman? You got any more Sweetos?
No. That's all I can muster.
Okay, I have a couple of Sweetos, Breakman. Mention Halloween. Halloween's tomorrow, which if you're listening to this in the future, it probably passed, and it's probably yesterday or day before or whatever. But tomorrow, man, today I did a lot of work, Breakman. I went to 3 different stores looking for food coloring, black food coloring to be specific, and I couldn't find that shit anywhere. So I just have to create black food coloring, apparently.
They don't have that at even like the party store?
I didn't go to Party City. I should have went to Party City, but I didn't even think of that until it was just way too late. And dude, I went to 3-4 different stores and I was tired as fuck, man. So I
mean,
like,
they might not have it. I'm not trying to send you out there tomorrow or anything.
well,
so.
I figured out a way I could make a very, very close to black using blue, green, and red, which I have. So, hopefully that'll work. But I'm basically making some Asian bat wings tomorrow. But basically the whole thing is Halloween foods. We're having a bunch of since we aren't going to do the traditional trick or treater thing. We don't have candy to pass out. I don't want to catch COVID from a kid. Stuff like that. So in lieu of that, we're going to watch horror movies, and we're going to have a bunch of really, like horror themed kind of food. Like I'm making mummy wrapped jalapenos with bacon. Bernie's going to make some spiders made out of hot dogs and pastry. She's going to make some quote-unquote alien eggs, which is just basically hard-boiled eggs.
You're going to take pictures of all this, right?
I think
I'm sorry,
will.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. That's fine. No, I definitely will. I'll take pictures for everybody. I'm making, like I said, bat wings. They look really cool, and it sounded really good to me, so I decided I was going to do that. Bernie's going to make for kind of a little dessert kind of deal. She's going to make quote-unquote Band-Aids, which consist of... what do you call those? Graham crackers, cream cheese, and like raspberry sauce. So that should be really interesting. There was something else too. I mentioned the spiders that Bernie's gonna make. So we're just and like drinks. We're gonna have like mixed drinks. So it's like slime drinks, which we're gonna make after the show tonight to be ready for tomorrow. It's just basically like lime, Jello, and peach schnapps, and what else? Just like a really hard mixed drink, and it should be a lot of fun. So that's that. And my other Sweeto of the week is I purchased a brand new TV.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and the only reason I did is because I wanted to experience like You know how I'm always talking about like high frame rates and stuff for video games? The new TV I got is an LG OLED TV. It was kind of expensive, but I saved a lot of money. So
Hmm.
I decided, fuck it. I'm gonna buy a really good TV since I'm getting a PlayStation 5.
Hmm.
So the LG, it's a CX OLED TV, and oh man, when I saw it, I talked to 3 or 4 different people in the past few months about different TVs. You know, people really in the know about TVs, and everybody pointed me to this LG TV. And when I saw it at Best Buy, I was sold. I was like, it was between that and the Vizio LED TV. Um, you could buy it at Freak Five. Freak Five's asking, "Can I have your old TV?" I'll sell you the TV and the stand for $150. Come pick it up. But and it's a 4K and it's a really nice TV. I really didn't have a need to upgrade other than I got a PlayStation 5, and I was like, I really want to experience like 120 frames per second type shit, and just really nice TV. So new TV in the family. Let's see. Let me get caught up on chat. Let's see. Second, I was watching the video my company sends out for the weekly drawings they have been doing for the 90th anniversary. The guy in this week's video announcing the prizes and winners looks like Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. Let's see. Freak 5 says Mrs. Freak is making Walking Dead tacos for the party tomorrow. That's awesome. I don't know what that consists of, but that sounds really good. How dare you, Breakman? Carve a pumpkin, man. Feel better. Dungeon says, Woot, new TV smell? Yes, Dungeon, for sure. Can I have your old TV? I already said that. How dare you, Breakman? Dungeon says, I have an ancient 1080p TV still because it works. I know, Dungeon. I'm usually the same way, too. But, I mean, there was a mini sale on that TV. So I was like, I have just enough money. I'm going to get that TV, man. It's like, it's a treat. It's been a long time coming, man. Like, the last TV was really nice, and I liked it and stuff like that. But Bernie was the one. Blame Bernie. She's the one that pushed me to get this new TV, really. But I'm glad I got it because it's going to be able to, it has HDMI 2.1 and, 120 hertz, all that good fun stuff. So I know it's a good TV. I remember it being your Sweeto. Yeah, Freak 5. It is. It's a really, there's nothing wrong with it either. I just upgraded to a little bit bigger. This is a 55-inch. The previous one was 50. It's got Roku and everything. So it's a nice TV, man, for sure. So that's it. New TV, Breakman. What you say about that?
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. Dude, I wasn't really like planning on it, but man, I just got the bug, I was just like, All right, shall we move on, Break?
Sure.
All right.
It's a free-for-all! Little baby! Yeah, it's a free-for-all! Wow! Suck it!
All right, Dungeon says Frank has successfully rolled, quote, TV upgrade right now and succeeds. Yeah, I did, man. So, yeah. All right, free-for-all. Before we get to our free-for-all break, man, what are the results of the poll? What is next month's tournament looking like?
Yes, that's a good question. Let me bring that up right now. I wasn't didn't even think about that because I'm sorry. Let me see here. The poll, we had eight respondents. I don't know exactly how the votes broke down, but the 4 categories were Greatest Horror TV Show, Best Game Show, Best Super Nintendo Game, and Best PlayStation 1 Game. The second place runner-up is a tie between the Best PS1 Game and Best Game Show, and the winner for next month, for the month of November, is the Best Horror Television Show.
Oh, I think that was Freak 5's suggestion. If I'm
That
not
was I thought it was Toy Box's suggestion.
It could have been Toy Boxes, yeah. All right, so there it is. Breakman, you're going to have to help me with that one, man, because I know there's a lot of great horror TV shows I'm just not forgetting, or just forgetting, but we'll come up with 64, and we'll have them ready for next week. So look for that in the month of November. All November, it's going to be the best TV horror show of all time. So Yeah, very good. All right, you ready for this free for all break, man?
Sure.
Okay, I gotta, we could do the normal stuff like the best horror game you've ever played and stuff like that. But there's a difference between the best and the funnest. So I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna do this for movies as well, with another little twist at the end. But your best horror game you ever played, and followed by the funnest horror game, because there is a difference. So. What is the best horror game you ever played as opposed to the funnest horror game?
That they might actually be the same game.
Yeah, they could be. They could be.
Because I'm still thinking, like to me, The Suffering always comes to mind.
Oh, that's a great game,
Yeah,
man. That's a great
was.
game. That goes with the last question that I have, the most underrated. I think that's up there.
It was a fantastic game, and the whole the moral complexity of it, like if you do bad things, like you see your dead wife, like like you're kind of breaking her heart, and,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Just it was so good and so psychological.
I don't know why they never did a second Suffering game, man.
They did a sequel to The Suffering.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Huh.
They just it came out pretty quickly afterwards, and then after that there was no more Suffering.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything for a while. Like Eternal Darkness, they made one of those, and they're kind of like.
Oh God, that is definitely the best horror game I've ever played. Eternal Darkness. You hit a mine, Breakman, for sure. So what's the funnest? That one?
Well, I think Suffering probably is the most fun. But let me think. I've had a lot of fun playing Friday the 13th. As far as like a horror, like authentic type horror game, I think it gets a lot closer than most of them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Kind of reenacting the whole trying to get past a serial killer and you're fighting back or just trying to escape.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been other games like that, like Clock Tower.
Oh, Clock Tower's a good one, man. Clock Tower 2 was pretty good, but man, that first one. Yeah. That Bernie would probably say that's the scariest one she ever
Well,
played.
not being able to fight back was a terrifying thing for me. You had to hide, and then all you can do is just sit and hide in the tub and hope he doesn't notice you're in there or something.
Yeah, and that's a precursor to a lot of games like Amnesia is another one. Amnesia is a great fucking game. I need to play that again. Yeah, because I got that collection on PlayStation. But yeah, Amnesia, man. Oof. It's sort of like that. You can't really do anything. You just have to hide, It's like Evil Within 1, you had to kind of hide. You really couldn't fight back for a while. Outlast, I don't know if you ever played Outlast, Break, but oof, that's another good one. Dungeon says he loved Amnesia. The best horror game I ever played is you hit the nail on the head with Eternal Darkness, Break, man. That game was super innovative. Like, it would fuck with your mind. Like, it would turn down the sound, or you'd walk around with, if you got insane enough, like, you'd walk around without your head. It did a lot of things to fuck with you mentally. That was superb. I really wish they would revisit that. It should be a franchise, but that game in particular was probably the best horror game. The funnest.
One of my favorites, personally, before you say your funnest, was Resident Evil, and I absolutely loved the remake of Resident Evil.
Yeah,
they did on the GameCube. That was just such a fantastic game.
That game, I was gonna say, that's probably the funnest horror game I've ever. That and Resident Evil 4 are two of the funnest horror games I've ever played. Breakman, especially the remake on the Cube. Oh man, that was such a good game, good remake for sure. I think that's one of my favorite remakes of all time is Resident Evil for the GameCube, for sure. So,
the first time I dealt with one of those flaming zombies, like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. As far as scariest game I've ever played, I don't know if it's really considered a horror game, but I have to say, have you ever played Alien Isolation, Breakman?
I haven't, but I've heard it's scary.
Holy fucking shit, is that game scary as hell, man. Like it's another one of those games where you really can't do anything to the xenomorph, but it's ever present, and you all you could do is hide and hope, most of the time.
Yikes.
And you know what even sucks even worse is the AI in that game is so fucking good. You got to be crafty in that game, Breakman. Like, the AI is just oof. Freak Fight says, how dare you? The game that scares Frank the most is Joe and Mac because he lived. How dare you, Freak 5? You son of a bitch. Dungeon Buster says Alien Isolation is great. Indeed, it is, Dungeon. I mean, there were times where I got so scared of that fucking xenomorph, I threw my controller on the ground, dude. Like that's fucking scary. You know, another one that was super scary to me is
I've
Fatal
got one in mind.
Fatal
Go ahead.
Frame. Fatal Frame. Oh man, what say you, Break?
You know what really scary to me was Dead Space.
You know what? That game is up there too, man. I probably would rank that 1A and 1B with Alien Isolation. Dead Space is one of the scariest experiences you will ever have in a video game. I don't know if it was Dead Space 1 or Dead Space 2, Breakman, where you had to go out like into space, like on your ship. Like, you know, you went out.
I think it was the second one.
Okay. There's a sequence that scared the living fucking shit out of me, Breakman. I mean, that whole game is fucking scary, like the first and second. But there was a sequence, I think you're right, I think it was in the second one, where you have to go out on your ship and everything is like kind of in slow motion, but the sound just goes almost mute. And the what do they call them? They're like creatures. I don't know what they call them in that game, but you had to like shoot off their limbs. But when you're out in space, there's no sound per se, except for these little tiny audio cues. And sometimes those fucking creatures would show up behind you or on the side of you. And oh god, it was so scary because not only did you have to deal with the bullshit of being out in space, but you also had to fight off these fucking horrific creatures with hardly any sound at all. And you could just imagine, like, your mind went places there with that game, man. It was so bad. Freak 5 says, there was a game I played on the TRS-80 color computer that was kind of scary. Dungeons of Daggerath. You have a heartbeat. The more injured you are, the faster your heart beats. Yeah, the kind of games relied more on your mind than anything, and that's kind of what I'm talking about with this Freak 5. Like, you could see what's going on, but you couldn't really hear, and your mind just fucks with you. That whole sequence is just brilliant, man. I loved it. But all right, Breakman, let's go on to movies. The best horror movie you've ever watched and the scariest movie you've ever watched, because there could be a difference there. And the funnest horror movie you ever watched, because you know, like there's certain movies that are horror movies, but they're really fun to watch, but they're not like the scariest or the best, but you just, for some reason, they're just super fun. So what say you?
I don't know what the scariest horror movie is I've ever seen.
I think
there's
The Thing is up there. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which obviously just won our tournament last month, is up there. Exorcist, pretty scary, especially like the version you've never seen. I saw it in the theater, and it scared me worse than the first time I saw that movie. It's pretty good. But the best horror movie in my mind is The Shining. I think that movie is head and shoulders above the rest when it comes to like pure horror. Like, all the subtext in that movie just adds up to being just absolutely phenomenal. Can't say enough about that movie.
And there's a lot of psychological, not just jump scare type stuff, but a lot of psychological horror to it.
Yeah. Your heart's beating faster than a monster you know you can't kill yet is getting louder. Sometimes multiple monsters, Freak 5 says. And you have a torch that starts getting dimmer before it goes out. And you suddenly turn a corner and there's a monster right in front. Freak 5, you got to play Amnesia, dude. That sounds a lot like Amnesia, man. That's such a good game.
Okay. Does sound pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. The funnest horror movie I've ever seen, Breakman, this will give you kind of a sense of where I'm going with this, is a movie called Tucker and Dale versus the Evil.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It's such a good movie. It is a horror movie, but it's so fun and endearing and charming, and there's so many great things you could say about the movie.
It's hilarious, and at the same time, like, it's just, you know, it took some tropes of horror movies and just kind of turned them on their heads.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it's such a good movie, man. That movie is like so charming. Like I heard they're doing a sequel, which I'm all there for, man.
That'd be cool.
so awesome. And the cast was perfect in that movie
Yeah.
too. Um,
I'd say like a fun horror movie that I can think of would be Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead's a great one, man. That's a
Yes.
great pick, man. Evil Dead, Army
Yes,
of
of
Darkness, another one.
Yes.
You know.
The whole trilogy.
Yep.
Yes.
Zombievers. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
You gotta watch that, Break, man. It's a horror movie, but it's like one of those B horror movies that are just fun, man, and super funny. I don't know. I really enjoyed Zombievers. Not as good as Tucker and Dale, but man, because Tucker and Dale's at the top of the fun factor for me.
Yeah.
You know, if you really like those charming gem movies, then Tucker and Dale versus Evil is a great movie to kind of get into. What about underrated horror movies and games, Breakman? I know we talked about a few underrated games. But what about movies?
Wow. You're more of an expert on this than I am. So, as far as like underrated horror movies, like I'm not. Yeah.
You know,
can't
I
think
got
really.
I got one that off the top of my head, Breakman. I don't know if you ever seen this movie called The Void, but it's got some kind of Thing vibes with the body horror kind of elements, and then it's got like this like Lovecraftian kind of overstory type thing. I think that's really really fun. In the Mouth of Madness is another one. That's a kind of an underrated horror movie.
I'm just so
I
many
think.
like bad horror movies are all that's coming to mind. Like shit like Carnivores that's what's coming to mind right now. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
Like bad ripoffs of other movies.
yeah. Freak Pie says Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I think that's a series.
Yeah, that's good. He's saying for our next one.
Oh yeah, I'll put that in there for sure. That's a great one, man. Friday 13th TV show. Ugh, I hated that.
No, the Friday the 13th and the Nightmare on Elm Street shows had nothing to do with
Yeah,
the
I know.
movies at all. It's
Zombievers is
ridiculous.
awesome. Freak Pipe says I love that movie, man. I think it's underrated
Wasn't
too.
like Friday the 13th like there was these artifacts or something a couple of people were looking for, and each
Yeah.
episode was based on those or something.
I mean, it was a good series, I guess, but man, really had really nothing to do with Friday the 13th. They should have called it something else, I guess. I don't know. Underrated horror game. I think the Fatal Frame series kind of goes under the radar, but all three are pretty good. Siren is another one. I don't know if anybody's ever played Siren, but it's pretty good. It's another one of those Japanese horror games. In the vein of like Ringu and stuff like that. Dead Space gets a lot of love, so I'm not even going to mention that as
What was
underrated.
that Xbox game? Condemned? Is that what it was?
Oh, Condemned is a great one, man. Yeah. Condemned is definitely underrated, man. The first one, second one off the rails a little bit, but I think the second one's called Criminal Origins. But yeah, the first one is.
I
really,
didn't
really
play the
good.
second one. I just remember the first one.
Yeah, don't play the second one. The first one's really really good, man. It's like a detective, like mystery type thing. Freak Five says, yeah, it was an antique store that sold cursed items. The owner died, and his descendants were trying to get the items back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow, you remember that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, man. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I've got.
Does anybody remember like a horror TV show that happened in a diner? Like every episode was revolved around this.
Oh yeah, what was
diner.
that? Breakman? I don't remember what that was.
I've got
But
like a vague memory of this show.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
what the hell was that? That sounds vaguely familiar, man. All right, let's do our plugs, Breakman.
You can follow me at break__ on Twitter, and you can follow me at RPGrinders on Twitter, where you can ask Dear Breakman a question, like at toy_open did, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Really appreciate that, man. And Freak 5 usually contributes to Dear Breakman, too, so be part of it. Be part of the show that
And
way.
let me see here. Let me try again.
Oh, boy. How dare you.
No, that was bad.
Look at you. You're, like, starting to learn little tunes, man. Oh, boy. This is awful. The show went off the
that didn't
rails,
work.
man.
I quit. games.
All right. You can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. You can follow me on any of the systems. I think you can look up either Frank Branches or RP Grinders, and that'll be your best bet on any of the systems. Thanks to everybody in chat. Freak5 Chaos, of course, our good friend, and our good friend Dungeon. Commander Root was in there. Cooper Soccer A was in there. Bernie was in chat. Wyland was in chat. Let's do this _ streamers was in there. LJI Card. Lurks was in there. Princess League, and of course our good friend Dungeon Buster was in chat. So, and thanks to all the archive listeners, we really, really appreciate it. Anything else, Breakman?
No. If anybody can think of the name of that show, I'll give you an imaginary $1.
All right. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we're out.
I wasn't
I
gonna
was
run.
working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. He did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Watch out for kids, even though there's not going to be a lot. So, all right, chat. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We really, really appreciate it. I got a shit, to be honest with you. I got to